Hello and welcome back to Unwisdom. I don't know if you could tell from the last episode, but I've gotten really back into working on this castle, and so I'm gonna just continue that this episode. One of the things here that I've been kind of thinking about is adding a crane. So what I would do is dig a big hole that would come down to the dungeon and probably end up right around there over on the other side of those train tracks, and basically just open up a section so that I can bring in resources and other stuff from up top here. The way I picture it is resources would come up in like carts or something from outside of the castle. We would go through the center, up these stairs, and then they would get lifted off of the bridge here by a crane and carried down to the train station, to the storage, to wherever. I think that would be a really, really cool addition to the castle. I started digging the hole first, and then it occurred to me that maybe it makes more sense to build the actual crane first. So let me go ahead and do that. I've seen a few designs online, and I've also looked at some like really old, like medieval type of cranes, and I'm not quite sure what the best looking design is going to be here. I think it's just going to be a mix of a lot of different things. A lot of the actual medieval designs have more wood in their base, and they're honestly more like planks that just support whatever. And then they have like counterweights and stuff, which was kind of surprising to me when I looked it up, because I would have thought you would need some like stone or, I don't know, cast iron or something, but apparently not so much. However, I think it'll look best if we mostly incorporate stone, at least at the very, very bottom. Thinking a couple of ladders around would give it a little bit of extra texture, but also use trapdoors and signs. All right, this initial design is actually not going to work. It's not going to get nearly tall enough to get up over this bridge, and whatever arm I put on it is not going to be long enough to reach over. So I think I'm going to rip this one down and try something else. And I might actually go for something a little more in line with what I was talking about with the planks and with the wood beams and stuff, because it is more realistic, and it also is a different vibe from a lot of the other Minecraft crane type of builds that you see online. Okay, so I actually found a really, really cool crane by a creator called Starfish Studios. They have this post on Pinterest, of all places, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to use that, and I will put a link to it or a screenshot or something, and we are going to borrow their design because it is absolutely perfect for what I want to do. It's even got a wheel that looks like kind of a water wheel. I think for the actual original cranes, they would put like a person in there and have them like walk to turn it. But if I use the water from the aqueduct, then I can have that. I mean, not for real, but like I can have it look like that turns the wheel, and it would be like a really fun way to incorporate the aqueduct into the crane and have everything just really tie in together. I wouldn't say that it's a carbon copy of the design that I'm borrowing, but it is actually very close. I mean, it's a little bit samey in terms of the color at the moment, but I think I'll be able to come around and do something about that. And yeah, I think it's coming along nicely. I think this design, even though it looks a little bit like less sturdy, maybe a tiny bit more, I guess, like thrown together versus the other, it's still a more realistic design, and it's definitely going to make more sense in terms of like being able to actually get stuff from the bridge and bring it down into the hole there. So this is good. I'm happy with this so far. I almost feel like it's getting too tall. Like there's supposed to be a few more blocks on top of that before the crane farm comes out, and I don't think I really need that much more height than this. So I may make a few changes to the design that I'm working off of. which is good anyways. I was hoping to be able to take my own spin on it. Still need to put the wheel in here, so I'm gonna get started on that as well. There's definitely some kind of height difference between what I have built and my reference photo. I'm not exactly sure how that's possible. I'm not really mad about it because I think this looks just as good, but in the photo this should connect right there and it doesn't, and I don't honestly understand quite why. Maybe this was supposed to be a tad lower. Actually, that could be it. Do I care though? Or do I like this being extended this way? I feel like having that extra little bit of attachment is probably good, honestly. I don't think it's going to make this build look altogether that weird. I do need to figure out what's going on with the rest of the water as it comes down, because you can't just have that like pool around the crane here, because then, at least logically speaking, the foundation of the crane would not be very stable if I let water pool all around it. So let's maybe not do that. Kind of hopping over here to get a better angle to place blocks and stuff. But yeah, we've got stairs that I want to place here and here, if I can get to. Yep. And then I don't know how to make the water happen. I feel like if I find a way to catch the water in one of these blocks and then just like start a new water stream, that would probably be the correct way to do it. But if I put anything in the way of this, it is going to immediately splash all over the place. It's not quite done, but I think the wheel looks pretty good over there. It is pretty accurate to the original, I think. With the exception of the back over here because of the way that the water comes down, and so I had to put some, like, kind of, I guess a funnel, maybe you could call it, or some kind of way to keep the water from spilling out over and around. I don't think it looks bad. I don't think it looks like a wheel anymore, but, you know, there's still the aspect of the wheel on the other side there. I think, actually, if I were to jump down here a little bit, I could, oh, maybe not. Okay, yeah, never mind. So that's what that's gonna look like. I was also thinking about the height of this thing, and I might actually keep it. The reason being that if it goes up as high as it was in the original, then I could deliver stuff to that ledge over there. I mean, not really, but I could make it look like it would be able to deliver stuff over here. I could even fill this area up with some crates, some pallets, and some other things, and make it look like with just a little rotation, the crane could drop stuff off over here, which would then be, I guess, taken in through like these passageways. Anyway, that's the thinking for right now. I am going to finish this up by adding the last couple blocks on top here, and then the actual crane arm itself. And that is the total height of the whole thing. So I think that would just be tall enough, barely. So I'm going to build that out and make sure that it is long enough to go out over this. Slab. Scaffolding. There's too much scaffolding. And then apparently a sign. I'm going to add an extra 1 or 2 of these, I think, just because I know that I need this to come out a teensy bit further to look believable. And I am going to then finish it up with a block here and another cobblestone wall. I got the rope with the hook. I got a grindstone to act as a pulley. I put stairs here to make it kind of look more like it does extend and retract and stuff. Replaced a few of these fences, or I guess cobblestone walls, with the mossy variety. That's how it is in the original, and I do think it looks better, so went ahead and did that. I also finished up the water wheel by adding this second support. I almost forgot to do that, and it took me until like the very last second to notice this, but I'm pretty sure in the original I spotted a brewing station, and so I added one here as well, and I think they look like levers, kind of. And then this little lever right there is the last piece of the puzzle. I'm really super happy with how this turned out. It looks right at home here in the castle. I will definitely link the original post on Pinterest from Starfish Studios. They did an awesome job on this, and it is a perfect addition to my castle. So very, very pleased with that. But now that that's done, I can go ahead and dig out this hole in the ground, and that's going to connect to my train station. So let's see how far down I have to go. This is where it comes out in the train station. I don't know if I want to go straight back from the train station or if I want to have like a little room here and then dig this direction. I may yet put like windows or iron bars over here, and instead of having these lights hanging, I'll put more of the, what is it, cobbled deep slate? Yes, the cobbled deep slate fencing. And then I want it to also go across to the other side where we can have some like temporary storage kind of in this general area. Before I forget, I also want to go up and look at the water stream, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring this water stream down to the level where these things would go in. And I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go after that, but I do know I want it to come down here. I may even add an aqueduct system down there. Yeah, I just want this base to be a little more connected. So I'm filling in these parts with the stone brick. I'm going to do the corners again as the chiseled bricks. This is a much nicer base for the crane. Definitely connects better to the hole that the crane drops everything into. Only thing is probably this, but that's really an easy fix. And then probably what I'll do is I will bring this water down a little bit further and maybe out across. Don't want to get too close to the prison cells. That's the only thing that I gotta watch out for there. But if this is, yeah, 1319, so this is about where it would come across, and I don't really know what I would do with it, except for maybe just have another waterfall or something similar. But it's all for the vibes, you know? It may be a dungeon, it may be deep underground, but the vibes can still and should still be absolutely immaculate. We've talked before about things being a little too busy up here on this level, and I think this is a prime example of that. I was trying to make it mirror what we have going on over here, but I think with the way that the wall is set up, we would either need to move the whole wall back one, which will make these off center, or I need to just leave the wall as much as I can and make this an arch as part of a tunnel rather than a very big grand entranceway, which is what I was envisioning. I do still want to make these into windows. I think they should just be vertical, not like arched or anything. And I think this is an improvement, actually. It's just a little easier to look at. Honestly, what I should do is make a trap at the very front of the castle where when you step in it, it drops you into like a cage down here. That would be funny. And you'd be transported down to the prison cells. Well, I dug away quite a bit of this. Even made 2 more rooms over here. I'm not sure how much more space I really want to dig out, because I'm really not sure quite yet what I'm putting in here. But I did put some of these windows that I was maybe thinking about keeping. I don't love the bottom part there. I thought that would look a lot better. Maybe if I bring it all the way up to the top and go around and have it really outline those iron bars better. The other thing with these windows is that if I'm not digging the rooms out this far, then I don't know what these windows are even looking into. They're basically just fake windows. Anyway, let me see what this looks like, because I want to decide if the borders around the windows is a good idea or not. It does make it look a little funky. At least a little bit. I don't know. How does it look from the other side? Let's see. Okay, it's like better, but it still looks weird. I might abandon this entirely. I wanted some like way to peek into there, from out here and see stuff like theoretically coming in and out, but it might just not be in the cards here. Okay, no, I think I fixed it. It was just too wide. They're supposed to be tall and thin windows, and they were tall and wide, and that was the issue. Maybe I push them back and then I don't have the columns touching here like this. I guess I can always try it and see how it looks. Oof. This isn't it, but otherwise it kind of works, and it does kind of add some 3D-ness to this whole thing. So I might stick with it. I think pushing this back against solves two problems at the same time. Makes this look less flat, and then I don't have to worry about the solid block next to the minecart rail, because that will slow down minecarts. Found not one, but two zombie villagers, but the moon is going down and the sun is coming up, and I am running out of time to get these guys down here. Wonder how much this will hurt them. Oh, he's on fire. No. Alright, well I definitely lost one of them, but I got this guy still. Oh, I don't have a name tag though. I wonder if he'll despawn. Well, we'll put him down here anyway. And if he despawns, he despawns. And if he doesn't, then awesome. Hello, Mr. Zombie. You are going to stay right there until I can get you a name tag. Man, name tags are expensive. I mean, I get why they're expensive, but I ought to go get Hero of the Village or something. That's too much. Is he still in here? Oh, like he's not. Nuts. He did despawn. I figured he might. That's upsetting though. I'm bringing a little bit of livestock to. Oh no, 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 no. Get back here. Oh, what are the odds of that? Are you. That minecart might now not come back. It might be too heavy. And it'll just keep going forever. Oh no, okay, good. Why didn't it? Actually, I'm very curious why it didn't go all the way up. Anyway, I only need one for now. How do we get the pig into the cage? Go in the cage. Go on. Yes, no, you live here now. You live here. I could do another one. I think that would be nice. And then I don't know what to put back there. Probably some fences. So I brought some fences down to make like a more permanent enclosure, but it can only be about this big. All right, here we go. Cows need to go in there. Sheep goes in there. How do I accomplish this without getting large groups of animals in the wrong place? All right, sheepy, you go in here, and you stay in here forever and ever and ever. Let me just close that up. Forever. Goodbye. Now, where did those cows go? Here's one, here's two. You guys are going back here. So let me open this up. Oh, come on, you're not... Can't be that dumb. Move, cow. Perfect. I'll give you guys a little treat for that. We got a sheep, we got a pig, we got now 3 cows, and bunches of food, and a water thing over here. So, I mean, it's not a pleasant place for an animal, but it's got all the necessities. And I've got some other stuff that I put in behind me. I'm gonna continue filling this out, and that might be about all I got time for this episode. I added quite a few things, including some like crates full of vegetables. I got fruits on that side, got some carts, some levers on the walls, you know, just a few things to make it look like this is a space that's being used pretty actively. And I think overall I am very happy with this. And the windows and the arches and everything else, it all kind of came together really nicely. I think for the water in the back, I'm just going to leave that how it is for now. I don't really know exactly how I want it to look when I'm done with it, and I don't think I have the time to do that properly this episode, but everything else is good in here, and I have one last little errand that I want to run. We are gonna go find ourselves more zombie villagers. I actually found 3 of them, which is perfect, because I've got exactly 3 name tags. I just need to ditch this creeper somehow or another, and then we're good. Oh, but the sun's gonna come up. Not this again. They're all gonna get killed in the sunlight. Come on. Jeez. Okay. Oh, nuts. Okay. Wow, that's not great. None of this is good. Okay. Yep. All right, we are gonna have to slaughter all of them. Hooray! Okay. Well, we've managed to waterlog him, so I guess there's that. I got so excited finding 3 of these guys all at once, and then the sun came back. I refuse to end this episode without zombie villager prisoners. And at this point, I think I absolutely must get 3 of them, because I have 3 name tags. So we're gonna keep doing this until I have all of the prisoners that I need. And I really should have brought my bow and arrow, or at least my sword. This is such a slow process. At least the zombie villagers just follow you around though, versus trying to move regular villagers around. This is honestly a more convenient way to do it. Like next time I need to move villagers around, I might just zombify them first. Yeah, you're gonna be 104. And you're gonna go in here. And I'm gonna get punched around a little bit. A lot of bit. There we go. Okay. Now we gotta fetch the other guy. Ow. Oh, that's not where I want to be. Please don't kill me. Okay, that was stressful. That cobweb was not doing me any favors. But yeah, you're in here now forever. And then we got the other one. So now we just need the last one. I did find out what happened to Al Capone. Apparently the wandering traders will just despawn even if they're name tagged, which I think is really stupid, but I guess it kind of makes sense based on the mechanics of those guys. But I think it would also be nice if you just could like name tag one, leave it somewhere, and then you never have to deal with those guys. I'm really not having a lot of luck finding this last guy. And the moon is almost gone, which means the sun will be up. And I'm gonna have to wait for another day to go around. So while I was waiting for the sun to go down, I decided to put some crates and pallets and things up here, like I was talking about before. And we are just about ready to go get that last zombie. There you are. Let's not get caught by spider webs again. Foul tarnished. Trying to eat me. Alright, we got him. So now we have 3 prisoners. And that is the end of this episode. I do hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!